Val Kilmer, beloved actor, absolute legend of cinema. Some people love him, most people love him a lot. But since his unfortunate passing recently, there have been whispers of strange conspiracies concerning his life. So I wanted to get into it and learn a little bit more about it. So let's do that together.
Val Kilmer's death shocked the world, but nothing could prepare fans for what was uncovered afterward. As Hollywood mourned the loss of one of its brightest stars, an unsettling document surfaced. Val Kilmer's autopsy report. And buried inside were details so disturbing, so unexpected, they left everyone questioning what really happened in his final days. This isn't the story the headlines told you. It's what was quietly hidden behind the tributes and movie montages. A truth that changes everything you thought you knew about Val Kilmer's last chapter. Stay tuned, because what's inside that report will stun you. Hollywood mourns the shocking death of Val Kilmer. On April 1st, 2025, the news hit like a gut punch across Hollywood and beyond. Val Kilmer was gone. The iconic actor, best known for his unforgettable roles in Top Gun, Batman Forever, and The Doors, had passed away at the age of 65. The cause? Pneumonia complications, according to the official statement. But as the headlines flooded social media and fans paid tribute, something about the story felt incomplete. The tributes started pouring in almost instantly. Director Michael Mann, who worked with Kilmer on Heat, described him as a brilliant, unpredictable force who left an indelible mark on every scene he touched. Josh Brolin shared a heartfelt message. "See ya, pal. I'm going to miss you. You were a brave, creative firecracker." Even the official Top Gun account mourned the loss of their beloved Iceman, writing, "A legend on and off screen. Val Kilmer, you'll be missed." Actors, filmmakers, musicians, they all joined the chorus of grief. Slash posted a black and white photo of Kilmer as Doc Holliday in Tombstone, while director Francis Ford Coppola remembered him as a natural talent that deepened with age. Some messages were long, some were short, but they all carried the same undertone: shock, sadness, and a shared sense that this loss came too soon. And yet, beyond the flowers, the statements, and the media retrospectives, there were whispers. The public had known Val Kilmer was unwell for years. He fought a long, visible battle with throat cancer, a battle he finally went public about in 2017 after years of speculation and denial. Fans watched him lose his voice, struggle to breathe, and eventually disappear from the spotlight except for one final powerful appearance in Top Gun: Maverick. But even then, when he returned to the screen with the help of voice AI and creative filmmaking, many sensed it was a farewell. Still,
Oh man, I would hate to think that there was any foul play or anything unsettling or unnatural about the way that it went. Either way, it's terrible. It's terrible. Obviously, it's terrible when someone passes away. But again, I think there are very few like good people that are still like in the spotlight. I think a lot of, not saying there aren't good people in Hollywood and good celebrities. I'm sure the majority of them are just normal people. But it seems like the media and the news, obviously, it gets more attention when you're posting negative stuff, negativity, negative things. And it's just unfortunate that the only people that are really getting attention in Hollywood lately and getting, news features and spread going viral all across social media are like negative things. Like, you P. Diddy, and you get all these like terrible producers and music artists that are doing these like awful things that are like surfacing right now, instead of actually like talking about somebody like Val Kilmer, who actually had an awesome career and had like a very, traumatic battle with cancer for 11 years. And I don't know, it's just, it's upsetting and it's frustrating. I feel like the people that are actually doing their best to do well and be the best person they can be, despite all that spotlight, should be getting more of the spotlight than the people that are screwing up and living their life at the expense of other people. But let me know what you think about that. That's just my opinion.
No one realized that the movie Val Kilmer most wanted to reboot before he passed wasn't Top Gun. He had a much deeper regret. There's no denying Top Gun made Val Kilmer a star, but toward the end of his life, he poured his heart into reviving a different film, one that made Top Gun seem almost irrelevant to him. His 1997 film The Saint was always a bit controversial. Val invested everything into it, hoping it would become the next Mission Impossible. He played a master thief named Simon Templar, who used disguises to steal a scientist's secret formula, only to fall in love with her instead. Val gave one of his best performances ever, But sadly, the film got slammed when it hit theaters. Audiences felt the whole disguise gimmick was a huge misstep. Amid the backlash, the Saint faded into the background. For Val, its failure marked the beginning of a downward slide in his career. On top of declining health, Val faced non-stop behind-the-scenes drama, especially while working with Marlon Brando on the island of Dr. Moreau, where rumors once again haunted his career. Val tried several times to bring the Saint back to life, but it remained a dream that never came true.
I have never heard of that movie in my life. I love Val Kilmer. Not that he's like, I like go out of my way to watch everything he's in. I like everything I've seen that he's been in, but I haven't really like made it a point to watch his entire filmography, which I should probably do. But I think that's awesome when actors do that. Have you seen that movie, The Saint? Was it good? Should I watch it? Let me know in the comments, because I would hate to miss out on a movie that's actually very well done and really good and really entertaining just because it got bad ratings and it didn't catch my attention. It didn't really hit on my radar, you know? So let me know. Should I watch The Saint?
Val Kilmer died recently, and for the first time in a long time, it wasn't the Oddcast curse that was his undoing. But I was watching something online where a bunch of people were like, I remember Val Kilmer dying like 2 or 3 years ago. No, what you remember is a very emotional scene in the movie Top Gun Maverick, where Iceman did not return because Val Kilmer had cancer. He wasn't dead then. He just recently passed. So, and I'm not one to talk with Mandela effects. Like, I still wholeheartedly believe that Carrabba's was a Mediterranean grill. So, like, chase your bliss and believe whatever you want. But what you're remembering in this timeline is Top Gun Maverick. Or the scene from Top Gun Maverick, because it was part of the promotional tools. So,
I make a lot of content and videos on my channel about Mandela effects. So I'm not one to really go out of my way to deny them every time I hear one. There's a lot of weird stuff. The cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo, Berenstein Bears as opposed to the Berenstain Bears. Was it an E? Was it an A? Who knows? There's lots of them. Lots of weird ones. I never heard of this one. I've never heard of the Val Kilmer passing. It's called the Mandela effect because Nelson Mandela, they thought that he had passed away in a prison years before he actually passed away. Kind of the same story with this Val Kilmer conspiracy Mandela effect thing. But I've heard about the Nelson Mandela one many, many times. The theory is completely named after that super weird, rare occasion that the entire world, or half of the world, believes that he passed away years and years before he actually did. But it's the first time I've heard about this one. So I'm going to say it's just a few people misremembering based on what this guy said, Top Gun Maverick. But if you heard about that, if you were surprised to hear that Val Kilmer had passed away because you had already thought that he did, let me know in the comments. And if you think it's just a bunch of baloney, just a bunch of bull crap like I do, also let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to get a ratio and see if it was like actually a big conspiracy or just a few people misremembering.
How about another one?
We're the Kilmers. We're gonna play Fishing for Answers. What's your favorite song to get pumped up? Anything top 40 rap music?
I like Brian Eno, Here Come the Warm Jets.
Yeah.
This is
That's a good one.
Yeah, Brian Eno.
Here Come the Warm Jets.
All right, what celebrity run-in has made you the most starstruck?
Definitely Isabelle Huppert. And I was with our dad. I'm literally blushing recounting this. Made me show her as my phone background, and I was mortified.
It was on the phone, so.
The three of you, who's the most competitive? I'm gonna say that's Mercedes.
Of the three of you, who is most likely to be late?
I'm gonna say Mercedes again. So. Well,
Of the three of you, who is the biggest social butterfly?
yeah, Mercedes. Yeah.
Maybe right now it's me.
Describe his dad in 3 words or less.
3 words less. Okay. Spontaneous, crazy, and loving.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say scissors.
Genius.
This is you answering?
I'm gonna say
What is your favorite Val Kilmer performance? Easily Heat.
Yeah?
I'm very proud that we have our family contribution to LA Noir.
Tombstone. I just love a good Western.
What TV show are you obsessed with right now?
I've been watching Mindhunter. I like it a lot. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yes.
Wow, Catherine Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn.
No. Who is Catherine Hepburn? How's about her?
Ingrid Bergman.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Well, I had a big crush on Louis Garrel in high school. He's still very handsome if you're watching this.
What's your favorite Val Kilmer role that he ever played? And also, who was your first celebrity crush? I have to know now. I don't normally ask these kind of questions, but now I feel obligated to. Mine? Oh, man. Honestly, the actress that played the Pink Ranger in the original Power Rangers was probably my first crush. I was like 7 years old at the time, so I can't remember her name. But again, it's awesome to just see him in like great spirits, just hanging out, no worries. Him and his family, his kids, just hanging out, answering questions, having fun, despite, having the speaking issue and just beating throat cancer. And it's crazy, man. It's kind of inspiring, right? I know that celebrities get a bad rap. There's a lot of mystery and bad stories surrounding Hollywood and everything nowadays, but there's still some good people out there, man. Clearly there are still some very good people out there. So it's not all bad, which makes me thankful and gives me hope for the future of the celebrity populace.
Move on now to our exclusive interview with Val Kilmer. The actor is opening up about everything from his cancer diagnosis to high-profile romances and reuniting with Tom Cruise for the new Top Gun. It's all detailed in his candid new memoir, I'm Your Huckleberry. It's out today, and Chris Connolly had the chance to sit down with him. Hey, Chris.
Hey, George. Good morning. And would you like a book? As an actor, speaking of books, Val Kilmer brought swagger and on-screen magnetism to some of the biggest movies of the 80s and 90s. Now, for him now, the act of speaking has become a challenge. But as his new memoir shows, his artist spirit is intact, and so is his memory of the times he's enjoyed on and off the screen.
You guys really are cowboys. What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem.
From Top Gun to Batman Forever, and from Doc Holliday in Tombstone,
I'm your Huckleberry.
to Jim Morrison in The Doors, Val Kilmer lit up 80s and 90s movies with sheer screen charisma. Now at age 60, much about his life has changed, starting with his speaking voice.
I feel a lot better than I sound. I feel wonderful.
What can you tell us about the condition of your voice and how you're able to communicate with us now?
I was diagnosed with throat cancer, which was healed very quickly. This is a tracheotomy to help me breathe because my glands in my throat swelled up as well.
What do you miss most about your old voice, Val?
But I had one, and I didn't laugh like a pirate.
Kilmer has found his voice in a new medium, though. He's written a memoir entitled I'm Your Huckleberry that's refreshingly candid about his high-profile romances and the memorable roles he's played on screen. Playing Jim Morrison, the Dionysian rocker who spent life on the edge.
And that's what people said about Jim Morrison. You just never knew if they would be alive tomorrow.
Val electrified audiences and did his own singing in The Doors. Yet as he writes, he dropped out of sight afterwards and was overlooked by the Oscars.
My life was not built for that kind of fame and attention, and all of it so much interest in Jim Morrison was about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and I'm very shy. I tried to live a quiet life out in New Mexico, despite all my famous girlfriends in the past.
There in the book, too, Kilmer sharing emotional details of his romances with Cher, Ellen Barkin, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Cindy Crawford. What do you think made you so appealing to these incredibly charismatic women?
I was committed, after this, committed with a woman that's dynamic and as committed to the work as someone like Cindy Crawford. She was the #1 model on the planet at the time.
Father to a daughter and son with ex-wife Joanne Whalley, Kilmer will return to the big screen at year's end in Top Gun: Maverick, long-awaited sequel to the 1986 hit, in which he'll again play Tom Iceman Kazansky, opposite Tom Cruise.
It was absolutely moving. I really was surprised, and Tom was wearing his jacket, the original jacket from the first movie, and it was just very moving.
You up for this one, Maverick?
Just a walk in the park, Kazansky.
I don't want to give away everything, but in between hits, Tom and I just laughed like we were in high school.
I have to say, I'm only 39 years old, and I think my first experience with Val Kilmer was as Batman. But after that, going back and watching Top Gun, and obviously Tombstone, and even Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Like, Tombstone and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang are two of my top 5 favorite movies, and Val Kilmer's in both of them, and he's a big reason for that. It's so sad to see the condition he was in, but it's great to see that he was in such good spirits right beforehand, right before he finally lost his battle and unfortunately passed away. But I've still never had a character leave an impression on me, and that was as quotable as Doc Holliday, the role of Val Kilmer played in Tombstone. I love that movie so much. I don't think there will ever be a better cowboy movie. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching so much. My name is Lucid Rob, and I appreciate all you watching the Facts First channel in the community. If you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Like and comment on the video what you want to see in the next one, who you want me to talk about, and what topics you think I should be bringing attention to. Until next time, I'll see you later.